Hello and welcome to the Chain of Lakes State Park in Indiana. This is the fourth episode in our series of Let's Go Outdoors, and this is a 2,718 acre park that we're going to be in for the next couple of days. It's not the biggest one we've been in, it's not the smallest one we've been in, but overall it's got pretty much the same amenities that we find in the other camps. I mean, we have our primitive camping, there's actually canoe camping here, there's 18 furnished cabins here, and of course your standard RVs and tent camps. Most of them are fully electric, and water is very easy to find around here. And the campsites seem pretty decent. It's a little crowded for my taste, but it's comfortable. I'll say that much. Anyway, the nice thing about this camp is that it does have 10 miles of trails, supposedly. We'll have to see about that one, but that's what it says it has. One of the things that happens here a lot is something called the Huff 50K. Now, this is an ultra marathon. That's the 12th largest in North America, believe it or not. Coming into this place, I wouldn't have even thought that this was an ultra-marathon place, would you? I couldn't figure that out. But what we're focusing on, really, we're going to do a couple of trails, but we're going to focus more on the water activities. Because there's 11 lakes in this area, 8 of which are connected, and 9 are connected. And the nice thing about it is the 9 lake, they got something called a 9 lake challenge, which we're going to attempt to do tomorrow. We're going to take a canoe, we're going to paddle down through it, get all kinds of footage and pictures and talk about it and see if we can complete this 9 lake challenge. Pretty much that's the most important stuff about the camp. Now, the one thing to know is it's in Noble County, Indiana, and it's 19 miles northwest of Fort Wayne, in case you're wondering exactly where we're at. But at any rate, we're going to get ready to get ourselves the camp's all set up. We're going to figure out what we're going to do for the first day. In the meantime, just hang with us, folks. We'll see you in the next section. Take care.
Good evening, friends. This is Dave here, just showing you what we're having for dinner today. Since we're at Chain of Lakes and there's a lot of water here, we figured why not stick with the theme like we did when we were at the Prophetstown, which was an Indian theme. So we're doing bass fish fillets, maybe a 1/4 inch thick, and we're going to do some red baby potatoes. And for the seasoning for the fish, I'm going to use roasted garlic and herb, and for the potatoes we're going to do your standard salt and pepper. Looks good, smells good. I'll show you how it looks after it's all done, guys. There it is, guys. Potatoes and fish. If you look at the fish on the right, you can see just how tender and flaky it was. So I just kind of peeled it off of the skin so you can see how tender it is. And there's the potatoes. Basically, the potatoes are just salt, pepper, butter, and water. Enjoy. See you guys in the next section.
Now, right behind me, as you see, we have the old Stanley Schoolhouse that's over here at Chain of Lakes. The nice thing about this one is it's a one-room schoolhouse. Originally started in the 1800s as a log cabin. And then they upgraded it, then it became a frame house. And that place got burned down. And then in 1915, they built this brick version right here. Nice thing about it is an interesting fact is when Indiana was just starting, every 16th section was designated for school zones, and this would just happen to be one of them. The school had opened in 1915, and this school kept on going till 1954, believe it or not. And after that, it became a nature center until 2013. A lot of history here, and it's just really cool what you find when you're not really looking for it. See you guys in the next section. Bye now.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to our trip to Channel Lakes. Hope you enjoyed that little segment on the single room schoolhouse. I think it was kind of neat. We chose Trail 9, which is what we're on right now, because it takes us down to Krieger Lake, which is on the left, which Mike just panned and showed you. Even though it doesn't look like much of a lake, it's still called Krieger Lake. And then this is going to take us back around to the schoolhouse. I hope you're going to stick around with us with this episode today. We are going to be going on the water and doing some water features, which we haven't done in the last couple trails. So it's going to be the 9-Lake Challenge. So hopefully you'll be able to join us tomorrow when we do that. But otherwise, stick around. We'll see you in a little bit. Hey everyone, look. See? This is what we're going to be doing in the morning. So we're going to go take a walk down there. Come along. Let's take a look. What we're going to try this 9-Lake Challenge tomorrow. It looks like a whole lot of fun, guys. It's like 5 miles. It's 9 lakes. It's going to be fun. And one of the things I'm looking forward to checking out is they actually have a canoe campground. And I want to actually take our canoe up to the campground there and see how they set them up. Come on. What do you think, Mike? You think it's going to be fun?
I think it might be a lot of fun.
Awesome, yeah. And so, like a lot of the other places that you see, not only can you rent boats, but you can also rent bicycles here. So there's something to think about. And Mike said earlier that we have cabins here too. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. So hopefully this is going to be one of the best ones yet for you guys. Rangers not doing the volunteers aren't doing their job. Look at that. That's not good. You come here, be careful. Don't get your foot caught in there.
It might be fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, like a trap. See, yeah, look at that. It's like a blowout. It just like blew out right into there. Guys, be very, very quiet. I think we're scaring the wildlife. But then I am a goofy guy. Wow, Mike, you see this? You see all the choices of boats we're going to have? And you know what, guys, it's not bad. It's $20 for the whole day. That's even for the bicycles. You do have to have it back by 8 p.m., which makes sense. And it looks like we have to buy our own vest. That's fine. The vests are $12 per person. And according to what it says on the thing that you just saw, we're required to have the vest, which is good anyway, especially if you're not too good in the water. But then look at this view, guys. And then take a look at this. There's the bikes you can rent. They're like beach cruisers. You got the little beach cruisers, little BMXs. Those are maybe 7 speeds, so they're not that heavy duty speedy bikes, but good for cruising. And so you'll be able to choose your bikes. And I want to take a walk down to this dock area here, guys, so you get a close look at these boats, these docks. There's the canoe. That's what we're going to be renting tomorrow. And so that is probably what we're going to be renting tomorrow, guys. Right there. Looks like they're about 10 foot, which is fine to do the 9 lake challenge that we want to try. Oh, and this is nice, guys. We're going to do something about conservation. Well, check this out. They got little containers here for plastic, aluminum cans, and glass. That's cool. And so take a look. So, and then there's boats over there, guys. I mean, docks, not boats, docks. Docks over there. And it's too bad we couldn't get a sunset for you guys. We missed it, but it's overcast and cloudy. But I'm really excited, guys. I hope you're going to be as excited as us, and hopefully we won't fall in the water tomorrow and kill my phone. That's what we're doing all of our recording on right now, is off our phone. But take a look, guys. And this is just one of the lakes we're going to hit tomorrow, out of the 9 lake challenge that we're going to hit tomorrow. So we're going to bring the old trail truck, and we're going to throw the canoes up on there, and we're going to head out to the beginning and come back, guys. So stick with us, and you know what? We'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. We are here at Channel Lakes. We just went and picked up our canoe, our paddles, and our life vests. I did find out that the life vests, you don't have to buy them once you rent the boat. The boat actually comes with the paddles and the vests, and you can see Mike's wearing the snappy little vest right there. They're just your basic emergency vests. We're about to go into the water. And so what are your thoughts, Mike? You excited about this?
Oh, heck yeah.
So we're about to do the 9 Lakes Challenge.
What do you think of it, Dave?
I think it's great, man. And now, we've been trying to show our viewers, some of the water features at the parks that we've been wanting to do, that we've done. Because, Dunes, Prophetstown, and actually even... pretty much all the ones we went on actually had the ability to use boats and get on the water. We just didn't have the extra funds at the time to do it. Like I said, we do this in our spare time, guys, with our own money. We're not sponsored or anything right now. That's why it's important for you to like and subscribe, because then, YouTube knows that, hey, we have interesting content. So we're going to log off for a little while, because we're going to try and get on the water, get our bearings, and we're going to try and do the 9 Lake Challenge today. Unfortunately, we did a little research this morning, and you can get like little rewards for completing the challenge if you take specific pictures along the route. But believe it or not, guys, you don't get a reward. You actually have to come and buy your merchandise after you show proof that you completed the 9 Lake Challenge. It's okay. We're going to do it anyway, because we want to put it in so you guys can see what it is. So if you guys decide you want to come out and try this again, we'll see you in a little bit. Hey everyone, so one thing about this trail, just so you know, it's really not made for canoes. We took a canoe, we actually had portage it a couple times. There's a couple times where the trail that leads into here, the channel that leads to the beginning of this, actually was actually so twisty, and we had this big canoe, and so we're trying to do these turns, and so we had to keep constantly running into things to turn around to pull out of the bushes to come back into the water. It was pretty much a pain in the ass. But this is where it starts, and we're going to try and complete it if we don't die first. But stick along. We're going to get some more footage for you, and hopefully we can do the whole trail and you guys could enjoy it with us. See you in a little bit. All right, folks. This is marker 2 of the 9 Lake Challenge. Stick around. Let's see if we can find all of the landmarks. All right, folks, there is checkpoint 3, the property manager's house. So we're going to try and make it to checkpoint 4 now. All right, everyone, here is section 5, the beach. We're going to continue on. Stick around. Let's see what else we can hit. Talk to you in a bit. All right, everybody. So this is River Lake, checkpoint number 8. We got beat up coming in through here because there's like a bunch of green slimy stuff in the water here that you can see. So we just basically took the canoe up on shore over at the canoe campground so that we can actually go ahead and take a break, get some lunch, because we've got one more checkpoint to hit before we try and make it back. Talk to you guys in a little bit. We made it. We made it. The 5 miles, we did the 9 lakes. First off, don't do this on the canoe. We had like a 12-foot canoe. The thing was just really hard to maneuver. There's some parts we got to portage it a lot, and it's aluminum, so it was real heavy. It's probably better off for the ocean type kayaks, which are flat bottom, or just a regular kayak, which is still can run in shallow water, and it would have been very nice. We did complete a challenge. We hit the rivers. There's one river that we hit before this, which was just so loaded with like the algae and stuff. It was so hard to paddle through. It just really wore us out. So as you see, that's your 9 lake challenge here at the Channel Lakes. So definitely it's worth a shot, but just make sure you give it a whole day. Start early. Make sure you bring plenty of water. And really the best thing I could say, bring a snack, trail mix, sandwiches, whatever. And anytime you get a chance to get off the dock, man, so your butt doesn't end up being sore or whatever the case may be, make sure you get off, take a break. And you know what? Just go ahead and enjoy the trail. It's a nice little trail, but like I said, I would recommend, just from me and Mike's personal experience today, I would not take a canoe over this again. We'll see you guys in the next segment. Unfortunately, we're going to take a little bit of a rest because we're worn out, because then we got to go all the way back through I think 3 lakes just to get the thing back to the rental area where we got it, which means we got to go back through that thick green algae. I hope you guys enjoyed the segment so far, and we'll see you in the next one.
And a good recommendation, bring your own boat.
Definitely. Hey everyone. Good evening. So, we finally got a chance to come back from the water trail. It wasn't bad. We mentioned that earlier. But one of the things I want to talk about is this one's a little bit different, this park, than the other parks we've been to. This one actually recycles and purifies its waste and water right here on the premises. We'll throw the images in there so you can see the houses where the buildings that they use to actually do that. So that's pretty cool. So I want to talk about conservation in a way. And one thing that is, you always see and I'm always telling people drink lots of water, and I still want you to drink lots of water because we need water to survive. And if you're going to definitely be out on the road or on a long trek or biking, anything where you're exerting yourself, you need to be able to keep hydrated. But there are some people who are just very wasteful with water. I remember when I was a kid watching those public service announcement commercials where they would say, hey, when you're brushing your teeth, turn your water off. And then as you get all those like, oh, well, who cares? It's just water. And there's I just don't want toothpaste in the sink. Guess what? You could kill probably half a gallon of water just leaving that run. Same thing with like a shower or a bath. And did you guys know that when you take a shower compared to a bath, did you know that you use less water when you take a shower than when you take a bath? Did you know that? So let's keep in mind. So I'm not telling everyone shouldn't take shower. I mean, baths, everyone should, if that's what makes you comfortable. But at the same time, keep in mind when you're in the shower or if you're trying to save your water bill at home, think about where that water goes and, think about how much you use and what happens to your bills. But the thing I want to talk about here is we have a world that's full of water. Unfortunately, there's bits and pieces of plastic in the water and all kinds of crazy stuff. And you saw the green gooey stuff that was in the water trail that we're on. All to say, basically, is that I find it really interesting that this plant, it's a public park, that takes the water. And of course, it's hard water, it's well water that they use. And they recycle it, and it's cool. And it kind of shocked me. We were driving down looking for our first trail the other day. I was like, Mike, is that a purification plant? He's like, yeah. I was like, what? Then a little bit further up the road, there was a wastewater treatment plant. I was like, is this a park or is this you know what I mean? So I think that's cool. So what they're doing, they're basically taking the water that we use at the pumps and dumping the grass, and that goes into the water and everything that runs through the sewer system. They basically run it through again, and they reuse it, and they reprocess it, and they make it clean, and they treat it and test it to make sure it can be drinkable when you use the wells here. And like I said before, well water is safe. It just doesn't taste very good. But I guess it's kind of cool because if you're just reusing and recycling what you already used. So keep in mind that when you go out there and you go to parks, try not to waste your water when you're cooking. Try not to leave water running when you're doing dishes unless you absolutely need to. And by all means, brush your teeth for at least 2 minutes, kids. But you don't have to leave the water running. And if you don't want to get that little streaks all over the thing, well, just turn the water long enough and use your hand and kind of wash it back down the drain, and then turn the water off. And even when you're doing your shave, I shave with like a regular shaver. I do the same thing. I foam up, wash my face, shave a little bit, clean off the razor blade, turn the water off again, just keep on going, and it works, and I'm saving water. So keep that in mind. Just a little thought to think about. I was thinking about it, and the reason I wanted to bring that to you guys because this is the first time I've seen an actual park that actually treats and purifies their own water. It was really cool. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hey, and you know what? I hope you enjoyed the episode so far, and we'll see you at the end of the program. Talk to you later. Well, guys, here we are. We are at Chain of Lakes, and we made it. Our final day has arrived. And it was a little different this time. I really enjoyed it this time. It was a lot of hard work, especially when we got on the 9-lake challenge. That was pretty tough, especially since we used like a big 12-foot canoe, which kind of really tested me and Mike's gumption to see if we can make it. And there was a couple times, man, I just wanted to quit, and it was an aluminum boat, so I'm not trying to be bad, guys, but honestly, my butt was sore by the time we were done with that boat. I mean, I really wanted the trip to be over. And the thing that made this one so hard, it's normally a 5-mile trip. But what it is that where you rent the boats, it's actually in the center of the whole park. So in order for us to start, we actually ended up having to go all the way to the start, and then come all the way back around, do the Chain of Lakes trail, then come all the way back to drop it off. So it ended up being almost about 10 miles. So yeah, I'm glad our arms didn't fall off, but it was an interesting experience, and I hope you guys got to enjoy it. Unfortunately, I don't have a GoPro yet, so we were trying to do it with my phone to get the shot, so I couldn't get as much video footage on the lake as we did, but I did try to get pictures of the bridges so you can see how they are. And the bridges were actually kind of low in some cases where you kind of have to duck down, otherwise you're going to knock your head off or fall off the boat. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the other programs that we've done. And this is kind of exciting because we're trying to make 12 episodes right now, and this is number 4. So we're 1/3 of the way through, guys. Hey, hopefully, we can get the other 8 in for you guys before the season's up. We touched on the fact that, there was one trail here. There's a couple trails here. They're not all that exciting. And because of that, that's why we kind of focused more on the water. Chain of Lakes is a great park, but it's not really a park if you're interested in a lot of trails. There's a couple trails along the lakes, and they're marked pretty well compared to some other parks that I've been on. The nice thing here is they actually have on the actual trails, which we did do some trail footage for you guys. That one actually had a laminated map, and so a lot of them have laminated maps. They actually had a big old arrow and said, "You are here."
Yep, so also the home of the 50K Huff.
That's right. And so a lot of people come here, guys, to do that 50K. So it's a pretty popular area. We did see a lot of people riding bikes. There are campground cabins here that you can rent like we've seen. So that seems to be a theme, as you see, where basically all the campgrounds that we're hitting are really family-oriented, which is what we're trying. There we saw 2 campgrounds here. We didn't do them in the pictures this time because it's just a campground, but we just wanted to point that out to you guys. There's cabins here that you can rent. There's bike trails, there's RVs, there's actually even, and Mike mentioned it, there's actually even, primitive camping here with no hookups at all. and a canoe campground. So that was kind of cool, but it's not very big. So we didn't get much footage of it because it's not really much to look at. It's just like 3 fire pits and a couple tables. But, you know, I guess a lot of people don't use it. But that's something for you hardcore canoeer tent campers. Something for you to look into. We did a fish recipe, which you guys saw. I hope you liked it. It was my first time actually making fish on the road, so that was kind of good. And it was very simple, and we try to keep this stuff simple for you guys. We did the potatoes, the boiled potatoes. It's not just the basic recipe, so I'm not really going to put a recipe up for you guys at this time. It's just basically, you know, it was just basic. It was a herb and garlic seasoning, and it was just browned. And we did the potatoes. We didn't cook the potatoes so long. You know, they looked better in the picture than they tasted, guys. That was our bad. We just were trying to rush because the fish got cooked so good. And honestly, I don't really have a world event that I really want to talk around this time. And I think it's just because, you know, the basic thing we wanted to do this time for you guys is to show you the water features here. Because at the other parks we went to, they all had water features, but we didn't have the extra money at the time to rent the boats to get out there and show you guys the things that we wanted to show you. You know, hey, if the channel grows and we get some supporters, maybe down the road we can do a lot more detailed trips for you where we can do more biking, because we want to do bikes. We'd love to do bikes. The trail that we did would have been much better on a kayak instead of a canoe, the 9 lakes. So I see that a lot of people are viewing the video, and all I want to say is I appreciate you guys doing that, and it's really, me and Mike put a lot of heart and effort into this. So I want to close by saying just this. This is for all the YouTubers out there that have channels and are content creators. One of the things that's important for us as creators is for you guys, if you actually like our material, click that like button. That tells YouTube that our stuff is interesting, and they tell other people about it. And that helps us grow. And finally, subscribe. Subscribe helps us too, because I want to get that goal where I can put Let's Go Outdoors America its own YouTube channel, and I can do that with your guys' help. But as usual, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you at the next Campground of America. God bless and take care.